Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with the version Z update fully underway on Dokkan. I want you guys to let me know down in the comments how you're finding the new update, and are you grinding? You better be grinding your greatest warrior missions. I'm almost finished. Just need to consume about 71 more stamina, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, and level up 50 more links, which thankfully aren't to level 10. I just need to level up links, so I should be able to get that hopefully done in a couple days tops. But yeah, I've been grinding, clearly. As I said, do let me know down in the comments how you're finding the new version Z update. Also, if you have pulled on Super Janemba, do let me know that as well. But we're going to be going through the new, was it Super Dragonstone, I think there is, which you can pick up from the store. If you're free to play, I mean, you could consider picking this up because it is pretty good value for money, both packs are. Or if you're completely free to play, like no money at all, of course that's fair enough. If you do spend, you know, a little bit here and there, some type of money on the game, then I assume a lot of you are probably considering picking this up, which I've picked up both of them, you know, because they're just very good value for money. I think it's like £3, yeah, £3.49 for like a guaranteed multi is very good value for money, and then £21.99, so £22 to get 2 guaranteed multis and a guaranteed LR from the store. So the special Dragonstone, of course you get other resources in there as well, but in general the main things are the guaranteed multis, and in this case on the premium pack, the special stone. Now funny enough, I actually do have all of them LRs, but 2 multis and a guaranteed LR of my choosing out of the 6 selection. Again, it's just very good value, so I thought why not, and I've done 3 extra multis on Jeets, and the best I could come up with was the side banner Trunks when Broly came out, which I didn't have, so that's actually not bad. And also I pulled the side banner Cell off this banner. Still no Jeets. Still no Jeets. Honestly, this is a despair and a half. So yeah, it's pretty good value for money. So I know a lot of people probably consider picking this up when they found out it was a thing on JP. So we go over to the barbershop. Global's been a bit slow since like early this afternoon, and it looks like they're still being kind of slow. If we go all the way to the end in the barbershop, and we have the special Dragonstone. Now, don't really pay attention to who I'm going to get. I haven't even decided who I'm going to get yet, but mine's going to be a dupe. Now, obviously, blatantly and evidently, if you have all of these units apart from one that you're missing, so you have everyone apart from Kale and Caulifla, you have everyone apart from Broly, or you have everyone apart from God Goku, pick the one you don't have. Simple enough. Or if you really don't want them, pick the one you use the most or is more valuable to you and get a dupe in them. That's obvious. If, however, you're in a scenario where obviously you pick the stone up, you're like, okay, I don't have any of these, or I barely have any of these, you know, maybe you're missing the majority of them, you maybe have 1 or 2, you don't know who to pick up, this is what the video is for. So if it is useful for you, do drop a like and subscribe if you're new. I am helping you out after all again today. Should you summon and this? Come on, guys, come on. But yeah, you should like and subscribe anyway. But yeah, so as I said, I'm not going to say who I'm going to pick. I'm going to go through this as if I didn't have any of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the Dokkan Battle Wiki right now, and we're going to quickly go through what they do. So first up, we have the LR Kale and Caulifla, who are a joined force category lead, which immediately adds some value on them, considering the Fighting Legend of Vegeta event does have a joined forces category mission, and if you don't have Blue Boys, these are a substitute for that. So if you don't have Kale and Caulifla, not only are they a fantastic unit, very good on Universe Survival Saga, Peppy Girls, Universe 6, those type of category teams and rapid growth, then bringing them for their joined forces leader skill for the Vegeta mission, as I said, automatically adds pretty good value on top of them. So I hope you complete that mission, you know, get your 5 stones, get your tickets, you know, get the missions out of the way. On both 18 and 12 and 18 key, they do raise defense by 30%, for they do stack defense, so they're very good for longer events, like the Goku and Vegeta event respectively. On their passive, they get attack and defense plus 66%, and launches an additional attack. So they've built in additionals even before you have a dupe. So immediately, that's very nice. You get key +1 up to 6 and a chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 6% up to 66%. So this is a unit that after, what, a total of 11 turns, is it 11? Am I being stupid? No, it's 11, it's 11. Like, I know maths wasn't my strongest point, but I still passed, that is 11. So after 11 turns, you'll be built up to 66% chance to dodge, which is just, it's a little bit more than a high chance to dodge. This is just on the LR UI Goku territory of chances to evade, which again is very useful for harder events. Goku event, Vegeta event, SBR, ESBR, Yes, in the final phase, you do lose out the ability to evade, but don't forget in the longer events, you've been stacking your defense for the entire time. So they're a very good versatile unit. Not only do they stack defense, they have decent damage output. They also build up to a 66% chance to evade and have built-in additionals. Also, they get attack plus 10% per Universe 6, joined forces, or Pure Saiyans category allies on the team, so not restrictive at all. For us, 3 category allies you can get extra attack plus 10% from. And then also launches an additional super attack when there is a Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyans category enemy, which there's quite a few Pure Saiyans category enemies in the whole game. 2 of them literally being 2 of the harder events in the Goku and Vegeta event. Guaranteed to be a Pure Saiyans enemy. There's quite a few Pure Saiyans enemies throughout, you know, SBR and ESBR and some other events in the game. So a lot of the time you'll be launching 3 potential super attacks in a turn from their passive if you have all those restrictions, or not even restrictions, conditions, because they're not restrictive at all. Conditions ticked off, which means they're building up their defense even more and also doing a lot more damage. Their link skills are Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Warriors, Universe 6, Tournament of Power, Predator Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, so some very nice links. They go on Peppy Girls, Universe Survival Saga, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Joint Forces, Universe 6, Super Saiyan 2, Rapid Growth, Bond of Friendship, and they fit nicely on a lot of these categories. I mean, they can go nicely on all of these categories, but obviously Pure Saiyans, there's an abundance of like the best units in the game. They go amazingly on Peppy Girls. They pretty much carry Peppy Girls for like damage, etc. Universe Survival Saga, great option. Same with Joined Forces, I had like a sub lead for or substitute instead of Blue Boy, so they'll be useful for the new Vegeta event mission. Obviously great on Universe 6. They're going to be good on Rapid Growth and Bond of Friendship with all those Kale and Caulifla units, and also the Tech Kale and Caulifla Dokkan Fest themselves. So starting off, you have a pretty, I mean, probably one of the best LRs out of the entire bunch, and if you don't have them, there's an incredibly strong case for these two, because they still stand today as probably one of the better LRs there is, and hasn't really aged. So yeah, strong case for them already. Now we have the LR Tech Broly, who immediately I'm going to say, he's very well built for SBR and ESBR. The slight problem for ESBR, and you would have seen it potentially in my videos or yourself if you already have him, doesn't have the best defense. So on basics, he takes about 50k minimum in this form anyway, and if he gets supered, you're talking at least 200 to 300k, which is very risky in ESBR, unless of course you're going to try and absolute nuke with damage and run the rotation of the Easy A LR Strength Broly with this one and just use Nurse Chi-Chi's. Then he's also a very viable option, but he's a very good card, very fun card, very nice animations, good active skill, just he doesn't have a lot of defense. But he's a Resurrected Warriors category lead, giving key plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 130, or extreme tech types, key plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 100%, causes colossal damage and lowers enemies defense by 40% for 3 turns, and on 18 he lowers defense by 50% for 3 turns, and on his passive he gets attack and defense plus 90% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 50% if it's an ultra super attack, which I'm not gonna lie, is nice having the extra damage. But even though he links quite well with the LR Strength Broly, he only has 2 key links which give him key plus 3, so you'll always be getting a 12 key off, but sometimes you'll struggle to get the full 18 key, so it's not often you may actually get this attack plus 50% because of his links. He launches an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies, which is why I say he's quite good for SBR and ESBR, but as I said, his defense is just not good at all. And then transforms when conditions are met, and even his transformation conditions are actually quite alright. Transforms starting from the 4th turn at the start of battle, and then his categories, he goes on a lot: Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyans, Target Goku, Exploding Rage, Revenge, Inhuman Deeds, Planetary Destruction, Legendary Existence. A lot of great categories, all where he can link, of course, with the Easy A LR Strength Broly for the majority. He's very good for SBR. You don't really notice his defense too much because, of course, that's a lot easier. He will take a bit of damage on supers. ESBR, he's a very big risk for the damage payout. Unless, of course, as I said, you're going to go down the nuking route and take Nurse Chi-Chi's and items like mice and stuff. But when he does indeed transform, I mean, not only again is his animations nice card art, but he then lowers defense on 12 key by 50% 3 turns. Then on 18, he is lowering defense by 80% 3 turns, which is again great for SBR and ESBR. He now has attack and defense plus 100%. It's still not enough for defense, but is a bit extra when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 88% if it is an ultra super attack. Which I'm pretty sure, no, I'm pretty sure his links stay the same, so you're probably still going to be facing the issue of not getting an 18 key off, so you may not get this all that much. Also launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, just like a lot of Broly's do when facing only one enemy. Also, he launches an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So he's very well built. Just again, he doesn't have the most defense when it comes to the harder events. And on his active, Ki plus 24, attack plus 48%. I mean, you guarantee to get his 18 off and do big damage. Simple as. So yeah, he is a nice one, but he's not overly necessary right now if you've obviously already completed certain category missions in SBR and ESBR. Not that great in Goku event and Vegeta event, unless you can keep him safe and run your items around him. More so Vegeta event, because of course Vegeta has type disadvantage, but Vegeta does lower defense, so he would be a huge risk. But if you've done the SBR missions, I don't really see all too much value for him or necessity for him. He's still a great unit. As I said, he has great animations. You know, he's a very good unit, very fun to use. The rotation of both LR Broly's is great to use, but yeah, most of the time you're missing out on the additional attack on both pre-transformed and transformed versions of the unit. But unless you have necessity for him, then, you know, it kind of drives his value down just slightly. But next we do have the Super Saiyan God Goku, who I have to admit hasn't aged that well, and I'll be honest, I haven't really used him all too much since he came out. He's probably my most, out of the LRs here, he's probably my least used, and that's saying something. But he's a pure and hybrid Saiyans lead, giving Ki plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 130, which quite cool that he leads both, but even then, it's not often I find myself using that. On 12 Ki, he does greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, which is by 50%. And then on 18, he does that for 3 turns, which is nice, and also lowers enemies' defense by 50% for 3 turns. Gets attack plus 77%, Ki plus 1 up to 5, and defense plus 11% up to 50%. Pure hybrid Saiyans, or hybrid Saiyans category ally self-excluded on the team, which seems quite restrictive but isn't too difficult because some of the best units in the game are literally pure and hybrid Saiyans units, more so pure Saiyans. High chance of evading enemies' attack, which is a 50% chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack, and performing a critical hit for 7 turns from the start of turn. This part of his passive is very nice. Having a 50% chance to evade and a built-in crit for 7 turns is very nice on an int unit, of course, because without dupes, you don't get no additionals, no crit. For SBR and ESBR, that's quite suited, considering usually you're not going to be going past turn 6 or 7, and especially the evade. But his defense just isn't great, and also you have to stack it up, which isn't going to take too long, but in SBR and ESBR specifically, 5 turns is a long time. That could pretty much be what the first phase done. So once you get him going, he's pretty good, and having the evade and built-in crit is very nice. But having to wait to get his defense up in like SBR and ESBR is just a huge no-no, even with the fact he's greatly raised attack and defense on 12 and 18 Ki. But on his link set's quite nice. Godly Power, Warrior God, Super Saiyan Kamehameha over in a Flash Chat and Limit Legendary Power. And because it's a Goku unit, goes on quite a few categories in Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Legendary Existence, Bond of Friendship, and Accelerated Battle. So yeah, as I said, probably one of the least valuable and worst unit probably out the bunch out of all of these LRs. So probably one I wouldn't advise taking if you are picking from the majority, if not all of these units. And if you need him, unless he's the only one you don't have, even then I'll probably consider taking like a dupe, or for collection purposes you take him. But if you have multiple choices, probably the last on the list I would advise for you. But the next one is the LR Gums. It was a Super Saiyan's category lead, giving Ki plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 130% on super attack, and this is very useful for the harder events, especially if you're going to be taking him like ESBR, is the fact that he greatly raises the defense on 1 turn, which is by 50%. Also on 18 Ki, he does lower attack and defense by 20% for 3 turns, and seals. So, I mean, if he's like floating, which a lot of the time you are floating him, if there's no attacks at the end, or there's maybe like 1, or you have an item active and you get away with using his 18 Ki, you can try to get the seal off. You know, if it isn't too risky to come off. Other than that, you always want to be getting his 12 Ki rather than the 18. On his passive, he has attack and defense plus 59%, randomly changes Ki spheres of a certain type to rainbow Ki spheres, plus an additional Ki plus 2 per rainbow Ki sphere obtained. So he essentially gives himself, you know, he's his own orb changer. But as I said, in the hard events, you want to be getting less Ki, so you can get his 12 Ki off to greatly raise his defense. Also, he gets attack and defense plus 7% per Ki sphere obtained. So the more orbs, the better he is. It's not the highest amount, but he is an LR, granted. and also gets an additional attack plus 7% per Super Saiyan's category ally self-excluded, attacking in the same turn, which isn't that difficult because a lot of the best units in the game are indeed Super Saiyans as well. His link skills are quite nice. Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, same warrior race, experienced fighters, prepared for battle, fierce battle, legendary power, pure Saiyans, movie hero. Oh, literally went straight into the categories. The categories are pure Saiyans, movie heroes, Goku's family, Super Saiyans, final trump card, connected hope, turtle school, bond of friendship, accelerate battle. So yeah, he's a pretty nice unit. Definitely better than the God Goku. But so far, you know, I'd probably say maybe he's on the level of Broly in terms of picking up. So, you know, we do have 2 units left. Penultimate one is indeed the LR Rose. Again, nice card art, great animations. I mean, I love Rose anyway, so there's a slight bias, but he's a future Saga lead, so if you're still missing him by now, can be a sub lead. Same with Goku with Super Saiyans. Also gives int types key plus 4, HP and attack defense plus 100%. On 12 key, he does greatly raise defense by 50% for 1 turn, which is crucial because he doesn't have the best defense. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. For some reason, when it comes to Goku Black units, they just don't want to give him. They just don't want to give him good defense. I don't know why. He also does the same on 18 key as well, which is nice. And then he gets on his passive attack and defense plus 66%, plus an additional attack plus 6% each time key rises by 1, up to 120%. So his damage output is very nice. Gets the base attack plus 66, attack and defense plus 66%, and then gets the additional up to 120. He also gets key plus 2 with each final blow delivered up to 6. So I mean, it's not often you're going to be doing that unless you kind of force it, but sometimes it'll happen simultaneously. Also, he recovers 6% HP at the end of the turn, in which the attack was received, which you probably don't want him taking too many, because again, his defense isn't the best. It isn't the worst, but it isn't the best. Also, he does have an active skill. He does have a rage condition, which can be activated when HP is 66% or less, starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle only. I said this the same with Janemba. The 6th turn isn't the best, so for SBR and ESBR, it's not often you're probably going to be using this unless you're taking a little too long. HP is fine. Just, it's not a transformation, so 6th turn isn't the best, but it isn't the worst. Ideally, for Goku event, he isn't the best unit, but I reckon he could hold his own as long as you're careful with him. In terms of his link skills, he does have Super Saiyan, Fear and Faith, Kamehameha, The Small Future, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. He goes on Realm of Gods, Patara, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Kamehameha, Exploding Rage, Inhuman Deeds, Corroded Body and Mind, Accelerate Battle, and Worldwide Turmoil. So he's actually quite a nice unit. Just isn't the best defensively, but he's better than some of the other choices that we currently have on this list. And then finally, there is the LR Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, who's a very good unit. Realm of Gods category lead, key plus 4, HP and attack and defense plus 130. Super strength types, key plus 4, HP and attack and defense plus 100%. On super attack, on 12 key, disable enemy's guard, causes colossal damage to enemy. And on 18 key, disable enemy's guard and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. And on his passive, he gets attack and defense plus 77%. He has a great chance of evading enemies' attacks, which includes super attack, which is a 70% chance to evade, just like the other LR UI Goku from year 6, for 7 turns from the start of turn. So in SBR and ESBR, while he doesn't have the most defense to start with, he does have a 70% chance to evade, which actually does, I'm pretty sure, build him up, which is very useful to have. He also has a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, starting from the 8th turn, so it goes from 70% chance to 50% chance, so we can still evade, you don't lose it. He also gets an additional key plus 1 up to 7 and attack and defense plus 11% up to 77% with each attack evaded. So yeah, he does build himself up by evading to the total of what, 154%, which is pretty nice. He also links quite well with LR Year 6 Goku. He also links very well with SSBK, but I mean, if you have dupes in him, that's when you should be running SSBK. He has Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Godly Power, Open and Flash, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. He goes on a lot of categories as well. Realm of Gods, Universe Survival Saga, Pure Saiyans, Reps, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Powerful Combat, Legendary Existence, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle. I have to admit, it's a lot of fun running this Goku with the LR UI Goku from year 6, just trying to watch them both do a 70% chance to evade. So he's probably one of the better choices as well. So who do you choose? Now, as I said in the beginning, if you are indeed missing, for example, a few of these or all of these and you have options, this is where this video may come in handy. If you're missing one of them, as I said, just kind of pick the one you're missing. Unless you really, you know, unless there's more value in potentially taking a dupe. So if this was me and I didn't have any of them, I would have to say first choice for me, I'm going to order them and then that can kind of help you rather than me pick definitively. As I said, it's all specifically how your box is looking and who you need and who's more valuable to you. So if I had none of these, and if I was going to rank them in terms of who I would pick up, or if I had 6 stones and I could pick up all of them, or like earn them and who would be first in terms of importance, I'd probably go LR Kale and Caulifla. I'd probably go LR UI Goku. I would then probably go... I mean, personally for me, I'd go Rose because I like him a lot. His damage output's great. Defense isn't the best, but isn't the worst. But I just generally like Rose and the LR is really cool. But I do think the LR Gums is a bit more usable and versatile. So I'll probably put Gums third. I'd probably put Rose 4th, Broccoli 5th, and God Goku last. Now, depending on how your box is personally looking for you, depends on who's more important out of that list and who you are missing and who you don't have. It depends on who you pick. Obviously, I have the stone. All of these are going to be dupes for me. So I'm going to take the person I most want dupes in, you know, over than anyone else. But let me know down in the comments who you're going to end up taking with your special Dragon Stone. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And